And once Dragon arrives Monday morning, there will be three crew members on the International Space Station. Can you tell us a little bit about what station operations are going to look like with a new vehicle, all of the science and experiments and supplies to unload, and our three crew members?
Sure. It'll be a bit of a sprint for the next 4 weeks or so. I tell all the crews before they launch that especially the new folks who haven't been there before, when you get a Dragon on board, it is about a 4 week sprint from beginning to end. But with three crew, it's even a little bit more of a situation where they're having to manage themselves. We're having to help manage the schedules for them and make sure that we don't, tire them out too much, and so that they're ready to do all of the things necessary for that particular mission. But anyway, yeah, this particular mission, towards the end of it, will also start to flow in some of our return activities for Jessica and Drew. So about the first week of April or so, things are gonna get really dynamic as we look to wrap up this particular mission, plus get ready for Jessica and Drew to come home. The new Soyuz with Chris Cassidy will be arriving in that same time frame. So it'll be a busy place at station, and so we're looking forward to it. But at the same time, we're going to have to keep our eye on the ball and make sure the crews stay rested and able to get the work done that they need to get done.
And they always seem to. So the Bartolomeo facility also launched on this Dragon spacecraft. What does that mean for future station research opportunities?
Oh, it's fantastic. We only have so many sites external to the station that we can put science and research on, and it's a competitive resource. And so our European colleagues, they're stepping out into the commercial market with this launch of this platform. And so we're excited about it from an overall station partnership perspective, because it brings capability to the station. But we're also excited for our European colleagues, because again, they're interested in continuing this growth into this commercial low Earth orbit economy that we're all trying to grow as a spacefaring nations, part of the International Space Station. So this we think is going to be a great thing for everybody out there who is interested in getting access to low Earth orbit, especially on the external platform that's on station. And this just adds to that capability. So it's again, all around good for the partnership, and it's certainly good for our ESA colleagues.
An all around good launch and great views we had tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, Kenny.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
We are now expecting Dragon to arrive to the International Space Station Monday morning, very early, and you can join us live at 4:30 a.m. Central Time for the arrival of Dragon. As Kenny mentioned, it will be the last time that Dragon needs to be grappled and berthed to the International Space Station. In the future, it will dock. So join us for that last bit of mission coverage for Dragon. With all of that, we will toss it back to Tammy at Kennedy Space Center. Everything looking good here in Mission Control Houston.
Thanks, Leah. Shiva, out in California, you guys look pretty excited. Can you tell us a little bit about how the launch went tonight? We heard a lot of screaming.
Yeah, actually, there's probably still a good 50 people out here. Maybe there were about 100 or 200 earlier. And we had a beautiful on-time launch tonight at about 11:50 Eastern that just lit up the Florida East Coast. It launched from Space Launch Complex 40 this evening. And this was our 21st launch to the International Space Station and our 9th launch ever with a flight-proven Dragon. So this was also our final CRS mission using the first version of Dragon, and beginning with CRS-21, we are going to be flying an upgraded version of the spacecraft that will be capable of flying people aboard. I can confirm now that Dragon is in a good orbit. The solar arrays deployed on time. The guidance bay door should be opening shortly, and we're making our way towards the space station. We're planning to arrive at the station on March 9th at about 7 a.m. Eastern Time. The astronauts aboard will then capture Dragon in a process called berthing using the station's robotic arm. And then once Dragon is safely docked to the International Space Station, they'll unload the about 4,500 pounds of cargo and crew supplies and scientific payloads that are aboard the spacecraft. Dragon's going to spend about 4 weeks at the space station before it comes back to Earth. And all in all, a successful day for Dragon. Awesome day for Falcon 2. This was our 50th recovery of a first stage. So really just a fantastic mission for the entire SpaceX team. Really want to thank our friends at NASA and at the Air Force and the Federal Aviation Administration, and of course all of our customers for the support and hard work they put into tonight's launch. And a big congratulations to both the SpaceX and NASA teams that developed and supported the first version of Dragon. All of that hard work has really paved the way for the upcoming first crew flight with NASA astronauts aboard later on this year. So with that, back to you, Tammy.
Thanks, Shiva, and congratulations. And that's going to wrap up our coverage. For more information, visit nasa.gov/station or nasa.gov/SpaceX. I'm Tammy Long, and from everyone here at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, thank you for being part of the successful launch of CRS-20. We leave you with another stunning look at tonight's launch. Have a great weekend, everyone, and go CRS-20 and go International Space Station. Good night.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket and cargo Dragon on the final flight of the Dragon 1 spacecraft, taking research designed to improve life on Earth and lead discovery in space.
So the vehicle begins pitching downrange to get into its proper ascent for orbit. Falcon 9 is looking good. 2 million pounds of thrust as it goes into space.